What's good, YouTube? Stormybman, and I'm back with another video editorial. Before we get started, I'd like to say shout out to the LDBC, Lions Den boxing community, and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. The title of this editorial is To Rise from Defeat. To rise from defeat is an aspect of boxing that many of today's fighters are trying to avoid, but it assists with the learning process and also you graduating to another level in the sport of boxing. What we're seeing today is a lot of fighters taking on opponents that on paper they shine against, that they look to have perseverance against, and to sustain their undefeated, unblemished records, or to extend victories where they have had a defeat and no longer want to face the challenges that the sport has to offer. The one thing that old trainers used to feel is that fighters need to suffer defeats sometimes to help their growth. Sometimes when you're not able to see where your fighter's shortcomings are because he's looked good against opponents, you have to begin to put him in against various styles and also different fighters with different temperaments, because this will be more revealing to you as the coach and trainer what your fighter deals with easily, difficultly, and also wisely. Sometimes a fighter will have to use various aspects of his skills and abilities. Sometimes it may come down to a chess match where he has to use his head. Sometimes it may come down to a physical match where he may have to impose his will. Sometimes he may have to suffer challenges within the fight, suffered eye injury or a hand injury or something where he has to win it in a different fashion. These are all ways and manners of which a fighter can contest and compete in professional boxing and put themselves in a position to learn their craft and graduate to new levels. When you avoid tests, what happens is you never really know what you have under the hood. And then when a trial unexpectedly comes about, your fighter could possibly fall apart. And we don't want to see that at all, though it's happened many a time in the sport of boxing. We have seen so many touted blue chippers come about, and then when it's time to really step up, or when the lights are on, or when a challenge is issued and laid down, they just are not up to the task. And see, that is where to rise from defeat comes into fruition. To be able to come back. Remember, you were in school and you had to take an exam, and you may not have done your best, but the instructor may say, we'll give you a chance to do a makeup test. And then that's when you hunker down, study real hard, and try to do your best to pass. Whereas the first time, you may have just been winging it, thinking you had everything under control, and you thought that you might get away or get by. In boxing, there's no getting by, because just as you think that there's a clearance, next thing you know, there's a place where you could stub your head or your toe and you topple over, and that person has a victory over you. It happens just that easily and that simply in the sport of boxing. But to be able to suffer a setback and come back and try to build upon what your setback is, and try to build upon from where you were to go to a higher ground, an understanding of why you had the defeat, an understanding of what it takes to overcome that defeat, and to want to have the ambition within and desire to overcome the defeat. All of that is a part of the package. And when fighters have those type of experiences, coaches and trainers can feel more confident putting them in against any type of challenge. You know, you hear guys saying today, this style is all bad for this guy, or that style is not good for him. It's a fight. No style is good for you. But if you understand how to go out there and handle yourself appropriately, and you bring as much of your tools and your skills and what you have experienced to the forefront, next thing you know, you'll be able to deal with those issues head on. Yes, no one has all the answers, but there are ways that you can navigate the sport and figure things out as you go along. It's something that we have to continue to press upon our fighters of today, because we want to see the best fighting the best. And when guys are looking to sidestep and not challenge themselves, how do we know if they're titleists or champions? Champions defend. Titleists don't reign, okay? They only achieve and then they fall off. But champions reign for a duration. What are your thoughts about this? Leave comments and we can further discuss this. I think it's a very good topic, how to rise from defeat. And these are things that we have to put out there with the fighters of today. This is Stormybman. That's all I have for you at this time. Leave some comments. And until the next time we speak, peace.